Dolphins Steelers AFC showdown. Steelers all of a sudden, I guess I can say against all odds, even though they've been leading it all year. Steelers look like they're going to win the AFC North, clinch the division title, going into the playoffs. The Dolphins, everybody's saying fire Mike McDaniel. What are you guys doing? All of a sudden, they've ripped off a 4-game winning streak. They're not going to make the playoffs, but maybe they're not as bad of a football team as we all thought. So, how are we thinking this one's going to go down on Monday night?
I mean, the Dolphins are kind of back right now. Like, the Pittsburgh Steelers coming off a big win against the Baltimore Ravens. Obviously, it's a division opponent. That was a division championship game, realistically, when you look at it. Now the Steelers control their own destiny. My biggest fear here is the Dolphins coming up playing in the cold on a Monday night. Like, if it wasn't for that, I would lean towards the Miami Dolphins. If this game was in Miami, I would 100% take the Dolphins. They've looked a lot better, and I got to tip my cap to them. They've had the talent the entire time. Now they're just starting to piece it together, obviously, and Mike McDaniel's probably going to get a nice little contract extension. I still don't think the Steelers are good. I think the Ravens are bad more than the Steelers are good. That's my summary of last week. But I will take the Pittsburgh Steelers coming off what they have done and knowing that they control their own destiny for the division, where the Dolphins are just playing to play.
I'm taking the Steelers -3 for all the reasons you said. Same thing. They control their destiny. They can get to the playoffs if they keep winning. The Dolphins have turned it around, but they've also looked horrible, and they're actually still winning despite Tua turning the ball over, which is not something you can do consistently. And it is a cold weather game on the road in a big spot. That's just as screams anti-Dolphins. That's where the Dolphins are at their worst.
Yeah. My first player prop in this game is going to be Tua turn the ball over 195.5 passing yards, Grant. I hate to do it because it's a cold weather game, but like Devon Achane getting in space, screen passes, it adds up. I mean, Tua is more than capable of going over this number. Pittsburgh Steelers give up 244 passing yards per game. They're one of the worst passing defenses in the NFL. And I know it's probably going to be cold in Pittsburgh, but that's such a low line for Tua overall. 126 has not been going good for Tua throwing the ball. I've seen that. But I still think you're going to come in and throw the football in this game. Because if I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm going to make Tua throw the ball in this game. I'm going to try to shut the run down with Achane, and I'm going to make Tua throw.
I'm also taking Tua's over. He hasn't gone over 173 in a month, but he also hasn't thrown more than 23 passes in a month. You look at his passing attempts early in the season, he was in like the mid-30s most of the time. Now, you can say that's because Achane's done such a great job, and he has. But Achane right now is questionable. Even if he plays, he has had a pretty significant rib injury to the point that it almost knocked him out for a little bit. So I just don't think they're going to be slamming up the middle with Achane all that much. Like you said, Steelers passing defense has been pretty bad. And the Steelers are going to find a way to score points because this Dolphins defense isn't that good. So you're going to have to throw the ball at some point, and this is a low line.
Jalen Wright over 23.5 rushing yards right now, if you want to lock that in. Pretty good line. I mean, 24 for 107 last week.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were going to keep going. I'm going to go.
If you don't like, I'm not taking it, but if you don't think Achane's going to play, or if you think you think they're going to limit Achane this game, I mean, they got nothing really to play for at this point. But
so I'll give you an interesting little, I don't even want to call it a hedge, just maybe sprinkle these on some long shot touchdown scores. Pat Freiermuth touchdown. He's got 4 of them this year. He's a goal line threat. The Dolphins defense, I just don't have a bunch of respect for. The Steelers have been throwing it to like Darnell Washington and stuff, and they've been running it with Kenneth Gainwell. They do weird stuff at the goal line, and that could be setting up a Freiermuth touchdown. It's plus 320 odds. And then Malik Washington plus 480. This kind of goes back to the whole Achane thing, but if he's limited, if he doesn't play, whatever. Jalen Waddle is so clearly the number 1 receiver in this offense. It's not even close. He's got 812. The next closest receiver is Malik Washington with 274. So when you get into scoring positions, Waddle's obviously going to draw the majority of the defense's attention, double coverage, stuff like that. That leaves Washington on an island, and you might be able to find something there.
Potentially Darren Waller too. Cold weather game. Obviously, he's had 4 touchdowns on the season, has not had one in 3 weeks, not getting a lot of targets, but when he does get them, tend to be around the goal line. So that's another one. Thing about the tight ends that I don't love, Grant. I mean, you got Freiermuth, Washington, and Jonnu Smith. So you got 3 guys in that plus 320 range. You could take them all and see what happens there. But yeah, I think it's tough to predict who's going to score from that perspective. For me, though, I will be going with player long rush. If HM plays, pending he does, over 17.5, he's too explosive not to hit this number. If he breaks through, he's going to go for 17.5. He could do it in a minute. And also, if we have longest reception on here, which I don't mind either, longest reception here for... Let's see those longest reception. Here we go for Devon Achane, 12.5. I also like that as well.
That's a good one. I like that one.
I probably like that one more, honestly, than the rushing.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yep.
His long for receiving so far, 13-0 the week before, 22, 15, and 19. So has been a very high success rate on this line.
Yeah, just get it to him, make one man miss, and he's in space, and he's really tough to bring down. He's also just fast, so he's going to get there quickly.
Yeah, definitely. Anything else?
I'm good on this game. This game kind of stinks. It's not going to be the best Monday night game.
No, but the schedule's pretty good this weekend. I mean, it starts with the biggest game in Patriots history on Sunday, so I can't wait for that one. Buccaneers let me down last night. It is what it is. They still control their own destiny. So got a lot to look forward to in the last 4 weeks of the regular season.
Well, guys, that's going to do it for this video. So if you did enjoy, make sure that you leave a like on this video. Also, hit that subscribe button, and don't be afraid to jump down in the comments. Let us know what you're going to be betting on, what your thoughts are on our picks, all of that great stuff. Also, check out WSN.com for more picks, promo codes, everything like that. And Tanner, get us out of here.
That was Ride the Line, the greatest podcast in sports betting entertainment. We will see you next time for another episode.